Hey y'all, welcome back to the garage, welcome back to the channel. Let's head on over next door and see what we got going on with the darker blue 57 Chevy, and then we'll see what Calvin and Hobbs are up to over here. So this guy's over here huffing paint stripper. How's that going?
Good.
And these are the last of our engine parts that needed to be all stripped and repainted. So been working on this for a little bit, couple of days I guess, and those are freshly painted, ready to go on to our engine over here that is also freshly painted. So in the last video you probably remember I was saying that this thing had this big old hog cam in it, and sure enough it did. What did we find?
I believe 1.8 LSA on that one. That thing's huge, monster cam.
Yeah, absolute monster cam. The lobe separation, no wonder it didn't have any vacuum whatsoever. It was ridiculous. But some of the cool things that we did find on this engine are this. So back in the day, probably like the 70s and 80s, everybody referred to these heads as camelback heads.
Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Because they kind of got a camel's hump on them. And after further inspection, we found that these are casting number, what did I say these were? These were 461s? There it is.
Yeah.
There's casting number right down there. So 461. So what these are is, these aren't the absolute biggest valves you can get. These are the second to biggest valves you can get. And these are pretty desirable heads.
All right, guys, to go into a little bit of a recap of what we got going on here in the rear end of the vehicle. We've got our fuel tank back in with our new fuel pump and sending unit wires all hooked up, because believe it or not, they were not hooked up before, but they were in the exact location of where you'd want them to be, right above the fuel tank. In our prior videos, we had quite the spaghetti monster of brake lines going on over here. Luckily, Jeremy is pretty good at bending them brake lines, and we got all brand new ones ran, pre-bended and ready for a splice to go into our front right brake. We can now fully remove this last extremity from the spaghetti monster before it's completely defeated. All right, something else to completely forget about. We went ahead and Keegan's pretty good at pounding. If I can get you up in here, and he got them upper and lower ball joints completely replaced with nice shiny brand new ones with totally no problems. Isn't that right, Keegan?
Yeah, without it, they fell right in and out.
Yeah, no issue whatsoever. Right, they were just older than all of us combined, that's all it was. I know we've introduced the WRX STI over here, but if you were to notice in the back of some of these shots, there's also a second gen Dodge 12 valve Cummins over here. Got some it's got some body damage, but I can speed run my Blendors faster than anybody in the West. You don't got to worry about that. There's a little bit of fun parts here under the hood. Got a 64.5mm turbo. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going back together with Mission. I think it's a retired U-Haul truck, but all I care about was what is under the hood. We're going back together with a Mishimoto intercooler, Mishimoto radiator, and intercooler tubes as well. If you want to see some more content on this, feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. It's another day, it's another week, and we've made a lot of progress on the 57 Chevy right here. Let me show you real quick, because, well, you'll see. Engine's all done. It has made it up to the transmission. Every single solitary seal in this thing is done, and right now it is slung up here, so Calvin, Hobbs, and I can get this thing slung in, get it onto its engine mounts, and we're hoping to have this back in, everything connected up by tomorrow. I'm kind of thinking tomorrow. By the way, that was pretty genius to put those docking lights up there. So yeah, let's crank this thing up and let's stab her back home. Oh, but torchy. Is that what you call it? Yeah. So how many attempts did it take? No.
Dude, this is our bell housing bolt.
No, 3.
You lying.
That we've been holding the engine up with.
Really?
Yeah, this is our bell housing bolt we've been looking for.
Maybe that's why we couldn't find it.
That is why we could not find it.
Was it 2 attempts or was it 3 attempts? Yeah, did we not destroy any of my brake line work?
I don't think think so, actually.
I think we made it all right.
Did you get the flashlight in there and take a peek? Of course, we do need a sponsor. Put light down there and check those lines. Make sure we didn't crush them.
Oh yeah, we're far from crushed.
Yeah, we're 5
Right
inches
on.
from touching.
Yeah, those came out pretty nice.
Fits perfectly in the little window seam. Bless you.
And it's magnetized.
You just bless the guy that held that sneeze until you walked by to blow it all down your arm.
I know what.
Just stiff.
You're a better human than I am.
I'm just looking for a sick day.
Do you have a sibling that told you were adopted?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, y'all, this is where we're gonna call it a night and head on home. We made a lot of progress on the 57 of taking the hot rod out of the hot rod. Yeah, we took the hot rod out of the hot rod. Anyways, hit that like button, you know that one, and the subscribe, and we will catch y'all next time.